Man, I'm chilling. I ain't bothering nobody. I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I go shopping. I give me a mean leather jacket. I think I'm doing my thing. I'm like, I'm my own little planet. I ain't with nobody. It's always got to try to one up on me, right? Have one up on me. I get a banging leather jacket. This Busta get a leather line up.
If Busta ever try to film me, hit you with no delay. So what you saying, yo? Silly with that 9 milli, what the devil, yo? Yeah, I do his better than him. He better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes show. Look, man, if they try to say that if you ever thought that the Busta Rhymes was better than me, you crazy. You crazy, man. You just looking at this wrong.
For weeks, stray clips and offhand remarks drifted across the internet, but the documentary stitches them into a single, tightening narrative that closes in on Busta Rhymes at the worst possible time. What starts as casual talk about reputation, influence, and origins rapidly hardens into something far more serious, a public battle over legitimacy. Once the online crowd decides who to target, the timeline turns into a ruthless tribunal with no referee, no structure, and zero forgiveness. And when perception outruns reality, the question remains, how often does the truth even get a fair shot?
Busta Rhymes is a visual artist. It's always been that. When Busta don't look like Busta, because Busta neck getting big and Busta belly is sticking out.
Tell him to change too big. Whoa, man. Tell that nigga change too big. He ain't got no friends. They're not telling him.
Busta can't match up with 50. Is you crazy? Put that shit in front of me. Put that shit on the side. Put that shit behind me. Man, he's at a point where he just had a moment and everybody showing their appreciation for his run.
Bring up the 50 Cent for bringing us out there with him on that Final Lap tour. Did the first show July 21st. My last show was November 21st. He's still on that same tour.
Yeah, man.
He don't play with that work. Ever since he first came to Violator and the first Get Rich or Die Trying came out, he was the only one that would jump on a plane like the shit was a cab. This is how he was from the beginning.
There was a moment when 50 Cent and Bua operated as one shared momentum, collective victories, and a united front in an industry that shows no mercy to vulnerability. The documentary sharpens that contrast, exposing how fast unity can shift into measured separation once controversy steps into the spotlight. Loyalty in hip-hop is celebrated like a sacred code, yet it's rarely examined under real pressure. And when standing by someone starts to carry a cost, the line becomes clear. Who remains solid, and who fades into the crowd as a silent observer.
I got to ask you, there has been so much going on in the music industry and the headlines pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations, and the things that are coming forward with him?
I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth. When that time manifests, then, we'll speak about this, hopefully when that time comes. As far as I'm concerned, you know what I'm saying? But I wish the best for everyone involved. God bless everyone involved. And, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak on other things.
One of the most disturbing ideas raised isn't the words themselves, but the way they're molded. The documentary points to a modern reality where conflict is rarely accidental and often designed for maximum exposure. A remark turns into a highlight, the highlight evolves into a storyline, and that storyline becomes leverage. In this economy, truth isn't the commodity, attention is. And when outrage drives the machine, it begs the question, who actually benefits from choosing honesty?
Talking about Busta Rhymes before.
Oh, yeah.
In some of your videos.
Oh, yeah. Super Zest Monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this has been common knowledge, though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, we gotta bring some, we gotta bring some, what they call them, I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them, fun boys. They'll say, we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause, I bodyguarded for Ghostface Killer before, you feel me? And being around him, you hear things, you feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan, you feel me? Like every cookout she playing it, all his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing that. Bro, on my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
No, never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin, and the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was a little lawyer guy that was with us. And the little lawyer guy we was with, you know, he was a gay dude, super cool, feel me, good guy.
The documentary crosses into volatile ground when speculation about personal identity and private matters is packaged as spectacle rather than handled with care. It forces a broader cultural reckoning, questioning whether hip-hop has truly evolved enough to distinguish strength from ridicule and sharp critique from outright dehumanization. In a genre built on expression and resilience, the moment challenges the culture to decide if growth means amplifying cheap narratives or rising above them with discipline, maturity, and respect.
Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. Well, I know he was in the little group. So if I go out with somebody, like a group of people, I try to make sure everybody get there together and leave together. No, he stayed with them. He stayed in there with them, bro. For sure, bro. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? Bro, this common knowledge, bro. Like, if you in the mix, bro. If you in the mix, like I've been in the mix, you know this, bro.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How can we think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matter most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, it's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls.
The damage goes far beyond image it cuts into social standing itself, because stigma moves faster and sticks harder than truth ever can. When narratives spread without context, they don't just entertain, they isolate. And if something framed as a joke has the power to derail a person's life, then it was never harmless material to begin with, it was influence disguised as amusement.
Touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section. That ain't weird to nobody. I'm going to the bar, sorry. Text me if it get dangerous. But there's all this club security in here, like nothing's finna happen. Nobody wanna kill you guys, bro. Like, when I get jobs from people who really got a threat on their life, I move way different. Nobody wants to kill these entertainers like that, bro. Like when I do my threat assessment, there's never an immediate threat of danger. It's never a situation that they're gonna tell me, oh, this person wants to murder me, or this person wants to bring harm on me. It's never like that. Them type of people be normal guys. So, I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that? Man, you got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Shocked me. But sure enough.
And that was the guy that Busta Rhymes pulled back?
He pulled him into the section. Pulled him into the section, and then they walled him off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy. He couldn't believe that. He was shocked. But man, you ask, bro, anybody that's in the mix, bro, like you know, bro. Most of these dudes, bro, putting on a major act. They don't want to be themselves.
That's crazy.
They'll get mad at you for buying bottles of champagne to give the girls. They'll get mad, oh, we don't want these bottle rats in our section. What are we here for? Why are y'all here then? What are y'all here for? Just because y'all got booked to be here, okay, but sometimes they not booked. They just in there. So, and what they looking for, it ain't gonna be what you thinking of on God. Seen it.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.
50 doesn't debate like a statesman, he operates like a strategist. The documentary presents his approach as precise and deliberate. Rapid execution, sharp one-liners, and moments engineered for instant replay. He understands the harsh logic of the digital arena, where the most effective argument isn't the deepest one, but the one that spreads fastest. Once the audience is laughing, control of the narrative is already gone. And when humor turns into a tool of dominance, the question sharpens who gets to decide where the line of fairness is drawn.
You know Busta Rhymes came out, telling people to mind their business when it comes to Diddy, right?
You got to realize that Busta Rhymes and anybody in the industry could say what they want to say and speak on what they want to speak. They got a right to do that. Just like we got a right to. He can't tell nobody not to say this, not to say that, when he has the right to say what he want to say. And I guess that's why people coming out on Busta Rhymes saying he's zesty now, because he made comments like that. But I've been around Busta. I know Busta Rhymes. I don't never know him for being like that. But I don't know what other people see, and I'm not going to speak on that. Because I don't care about that. See, a lot of people, if that's all he could give to the people, then that's all he giving to the people. But not one time, did he speak on his relationship with Diddy? Has he been to the Diddy party? Has he been to the after party? Did he say, well, I've never been to an after party, so y'all gotta wait to speak on, y'all gotta wait to see what they talking about before y'all speak on something?
Everything shifts the moment Diddy enters the picture, not merely as an individual, but as an emblem of influence, reach, and a history that doesn't forget. The documentary frames his presence as a turning point, where power dynamics quietly recalibrate the room. Bua's call for restraint lands in two very different ways. To some, it signals respect and allegiance. To others, it feels like caution shaped by consequence. In that silence between loyalty and self-preservation, the real tension isn't what's said, it's what everyone understands without a word.
Has I been to the front door of the party? Yeah. Have I been to the after party? Nah, never.
Never been to the freak house, huh? I mean, since I've been knowing you, you've been consistent about that. So, I believe you, man. But you heard about these reports that Diddy having a hard time selling his Hollywood home? It's not attracting any buyers?
It probably wouldn't attract any buyers until after, a lot of times when tragedies happen and people be in those type of places with the energy going, it would be around 5 years before they go up on market and resell. Like if somebody murdered in the house, you gotta realize they're not gonna go in there and somebody say, oh shit, I wanna be here, man. Motherfucker was murdered in here. You understand? Those houses may not go up to sell for like 5 years.
Right. And what's going on with Tony Busby? I seen you make a comment saying that he might drop his cases.
I think that's a misunderstanding. What I'm saying to you is that he's gonna go with the cases that he know right off the bat that Puff is really probably ready to settle out because it's so strong and the evidence may be so strong against Puff that he don't want that to run through the public or let the public hear those things. As a lawyer, he's going to say, these cases are strong enough for me to get the quick grab money and go about my business. And then if he gets enough money off of that, he may not have to do the other cases. He may drop the other people. It depends. He's gonna go with his strongest cases.
The documentary stops short of passing judgment, but it pushes viewers to confront an uncomfortable pattern: how frequently high-profile circles shield their own, whether in plain sight or behind closed doors. When controversy swells beyond control, the response becomes revealing. Is standing firm an act of loyalty, a display of courage, or simply a strategy for survival?
50. You know good and well that I woke up to this bullshit you done started this morning, and I was the one that was leaving everybody alone. So what you doing is giving niggas false narratives, homie. You talking about you just went to buy a leather jacket. You ain't bothering nobody. You left niggas alone. And I went and bought a leather fucking hairline. Well, let me tell you something, buddy. On some real G shit. Let me tell you something. You talking about that pimpin' curly that you was doing as a character? But no, you was doing pimpin' curly in real life too. Trying to look like Rico Suave or one of them niggas going down the red carpet at one of them movie shits that you was involved with. And I don't want you to use that as no excuse neither, talking about you was playing a character. You wasn't in character when you had to go down that red carpet. You could have got back to yourself, my nigga, but you chose to stay in character with that Rico Suave shit, some berries and sweet juices you had up in your head top, my nigga. Now, I do want you to know I'm your brother, so I'm gonna always support you and everything you do. I ain't been doing nothing but that since the inception of our friendship. File it up. Now, with that being said, I got one question to the masses. There's several products that you have to incorporate to get your shit to look like Rico 50. All right? Fuck Rico Suave. We talking about Rico 50. Let's see which one of the products that he used to get to looking like Rico 50. Was it this? Or was it this? Or was it this? Matter of fact, I think the real question is, did he blend all three of these shits to look like this? Chill. I got a grand prize for anyone that jumps in the comments, any consumer around the world that used to also use these products to help identify, doing a forensic deep dive and a research and a data analytics on those products to help us understand, was it a combined effort of all three, or was it a combined effort of two, or was it just one of them to get you to look like Rico 50? Now, with that being said, if you guess right what the blend was chemically for that motherfucking berry juice look for Rico 50, you might win a grand prize. Until then, just know, the blessings don't stop, so we gonna just keep this shit going as long as we need to, because if the blessings don't stop, I don't motherfucking stop, and we don't stop. Dragon season, bitches. Yeah.
The documentary locks onto the precise instant when humor curdles into unease, when spectacle gives way to examination. As soon as the audience detects a fracture, the dialogue shifts into moral territory, and the calculus changes. Brands, allies, and collaborators begin assessing exposure rather than intent. In the spotlight, fame offers no grace period, verdicts land long before clarity does. And when public opinion pivots, the real question isn't whether people are chasing fairness, but whether they're simply searching for the next figure to put on trial.
Back. What's up, bro?
Back again.
Yes, sir.
Man, how you doing?
I'm good. I had fun Saturday. It was amazing. I can't remember anything, but it was amazing. I appreciate you for allowing me to sit back with you for a second time, for the second interview, the second, what you guys say? Yeah, bro.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on with you?
Okay, so I just got this opportunity, Orlando's World, from what I understand. We're supposed to be doing some cool things. That was an opportunity given to me from you and Flossie. Definitely feel like it's a opportunity to do a 6-month situation before we do the Orlando Brown show, because a lot of people don't want me to do the show per se. There is a Hollywood couch that I have not been on. There is a Hollywood couch that a lot of people spin on. and look forward to. Me personally, I haven't been looking forward to do that, but I'm definitely looking forward to do Orlando's World, the Orlando Brown Show, after we see how I handle the podcast.
So we're doing a podcast. You're gonna have your own podcast on Cam Capone News. Me, you, Flossie. What can people expect?
Well, it's the mind of the producers that invited themselves into my life. You got Flossie, got you. You guys have given me some great ideas. You know, what about you and Tekashi 6ix9ine going paintballing? What about you and Jamie Foxx just you know what I'm saying, just going doing whatever, just wine tasting or something. It's just it's a podcast, from what I understand, that will change the dynamic of podcasting, because everybody's sitting in their homes and they're getting an astronomical amount of Burger King money. If you work at Burger King, you can make this money sitting in your house if you have the right amount of material, or you have the right person sitting in front of your camera. So you can, anytime that person does well, you do well. Anytime you make some money, they make some money, but you make more. It's just a different situation.
Any response to 50? He jokes a lot online. He posted the picture, the video. What were your thoughts?
50's my brother. But 50 also know I'm not gonna stop. The same way he not gonna stop, I'm not gonna stop. We both come from a family called Violator family. So we ain't got no problem violating, number one. And number two, I think the most important thing about this back and forth with me and him is that people don't lose sight of how important it is to have a sense of humor, and it not be some where your skin ain't tough enough to be able to keep it as fun and games. We grew up snapping on each other and joking with each other from elementary school to being grown men. And you did that with your friends. Now, if we wasn't friends, there wouldn't be no games to play. But we got love, and it's genuine love. So I can indulge in this and laugh. It's okay to have a sense of humor and not be emotional like bitches. You know what I'm saying? So 50, I'm coming for your ass, bruh. Be careful.
A case dropped, claims reduced, narratives adjusted on the surface. These moments resemble redemption, even when they're purely procedural. The documentary points to a deeper modern blur, where legal steps are mistaken for final judgments, and shifting optics are treated as fact. In a landscape driven by speed and spectacle, clarity gets lost, and perception often claims the authority that truth is still trying to earn.
Tour, Busta Rhymes was opening up for you guys at one point.
Right.
The U.S. part, I think, of the tour?
Yeah. No, he came to some of Europe.
Oh, some of the Europe tour?
Yeah.
Okay. Busta's a legend, by the way.
Yes.
One of the greatest hip-hop performers,
of course, yes.
period. Him and Wyclef, I put near the very top out of all performers.
Okay.
But recently, 50 and Busta were going, having a friendly back and forth.
Oh, yeah, they put the picture. Yeah. I've seen, that's...
And 50 put, Busta cannot wear this to humor harmony.
Yeah, I mean, you know how 50 is, man. 50's crazy, man. It's all humor, man.
That outfit is horrible,
Then I seen Busta post something up. But you see, you know, 50's crazy. He could dish what he takes. So you fuck with him on who you think is the 5 people? Let's think of the 5 people I would never want to argue with on the internet. 50. Who would you say? Look, hold on. Let me get my 5. 50. Charleston White. Right?
I've argued with him before.
But he keeps going with Charleston White. Whack 100, you would say?
Okay.
Who else would you put there? I know 50, Charleston White, Whack 100. Who?
Kendrick Lamar.
I'm just, we talking about Instagram. I mean,
okay, Instagram.
We talking about.
He's not an IG guy.
I'm just saying. You love Kendrick right now. You ain't fucking with Drake right now. Come on, we got to be able to go to Canada.
I'm fucking with Drake. I'm a Drake fan.
Nah, I felt like it was a good battle, man.
No, it was a great battle. Okay, so I see where you're going with this.
I'm
okay,
saying
50, social media.
50, you don't want to fuck with 50 on there. He'll kill you on the gram. I said Charleston White,
But the law isn't a soundbite or a setup for applause. It's a process, slow and deliberate, and it almost never delivers the clean closure the public craves. When legal nuance gets twisted into a narrative of instant absolution, accountability starts to blur. In a culture that demands certainty on command, the harder question lingers. If complexity can be reframed as innocence, how do we truly measure responsibility?
Whack 100 to put up your address and all kinds of
1090 Jake.
You think 1090?
He'll put out some paperwork on you didn't even know existed.
That's true too.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different thing. I'm just saying like
Boosie.
Yeah.
Boosie will go hard at you.
Yeah.
Cause remember Boosie and Blue were going at it.
Boosie.
And then, unfortunately, Boosie's my man, but I don't agree. He basically pointed out that Young Blue's child, I think, was autistic, and he kind of took a shot at that.
I like Young Blue, Boosie. I like both of them. I try to stay out of it. Hopefully, they can work it out. You know.
Yeah.
They both got a lot of money. I kind of stay out of their issues, but if they fuck with Blue hard, and niggas fuck with Boosie hard, but how it's the industry. You just stay out the way. You stay out of people's beef. When I got beef, I don't expect nobody to jump in anything for me.
Yeah, me too.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. But you know how the industry is. You have to choose a side.
Unfortunately. Right. And trying to be neutral sometimes gets you messed up with both sides.
Right.
Both people stop fucking with you by being neutral.
Yeah, right. And people could look at it a certain way. That's like what you were saying with the game thing. Like, game at the show, that might have been good, but...
By the closing moments, the documentary suggests the real conflict isn't 50 versus Bua, or even the looming presence of Diddy's influence. It's the machinery that converts private history into public theater. Power alliances, selective quiet, calculated loyalty, and viral pressure collapse into a single reality where narratives are engineered, not discovered. Hip-hop emerges not just as sound, but as strategy politics layered over rhythm. The tension resolves into a stark truth. Everyone claims to want honesty, but few are positioned to withstand it. And when truth endangers status, leverage, and livelihoods, the final question remains: who is actually willing to speak it?